What's going on, everybody? It's Big T with GreenWallSt.com, back with another trading video. I know it's been a little bit since we've seen each other on this channel. I've been trying to go back and forth and balance two different YouTube channels, and I'm just not very good at it. But anyway, Sunday, didn't have much going on today, so figured we would come back with a live trading video, this time on ACON. I know the stock market as a whole is being murdered so far this year. Worst start to a year since 1939, I think. But I want to show you how it's possible to still continue to make money trading intraday while people wait and continually invest for the long term. So here we go. This is a trade on ACON. So we're looking at the chart on the right. If you've seen these live trading videos before, you'll notice a common theme of these. I am simply, waiting for a stock to overextend, waiting for it to go parabolic, waiting for the stock to top, and then at that point, as we bounce back into particular levels of resistance, short the stock with set risk. So that is what we're doing on ACON. So you can see the stock pre-market went up to 260, came all the way back to 190. So my plan right off the open, market opened 30 seconds before I started this. Plan was if the stock bounced into resistance in that 220 to 240 area, that is where I wanted to try to short the stock. So you'll see kind of how I traded it there. But the key is not... it's not being too early. I've said it so many times, but you never know exactly how high a stock is going to bounce, but you can get a general idea of an area that it'll bounce to. And once you get good at identifying those key areas, your entries won't be perfect, but they will be a lot better. And once they get a lot better, the key at that point is to wait for those areas, wait for that trade. A lot of people, market opens, and if they don't get a trade within like 3 minutes, they're tilted. Like they absolutely can't stand it, and they rush into something even though it's not a great setup. They think, they look at something like ACON and think, I gotta nail this stock. Like I gotta find a way to make money on this stock. It's the wrong mindset though. The mindset is, I'm gonna watch this stock. If it sets up exactly how I want it to set up, then I will trade it. Right? Because then it's a high probability opportunity. But if you rush in and you short this thing at 205, it's not a good trade at 205. If my idea is I'm waiting for 220 to 240, I've got to wait for that area at least before I even start in. Because every day, there's a Warren Buffett quote. Obviously, Warren Buffett doesn't day trade, but the quote is something like, the stock market is a mechanism from transferring money from the impatient to the patient. That's very true in the long term. It's also very true in the short term. Really over-eager day traders and people who act out of fear and greed and the fear of missing out, especially, they tend to enter stocks way too early. So you can see my idea was 220 to 240. I waited until the stock tagged 220, and I'm still not even in yet. So I'm staying even more patient, right? I'm letting it play out a little bit. I'm not afraid of missing it. I miss trades all the time. I miss trades every damn day. It's part of the game. There's always another one though. So anyway, I'll kind of speed up through this because it's a bit self-explanatory. The stock already is starting to fall back, and at this point I thought I missed it. I thought at this point I stayed too patient, but I wasn't afraid of that. I didn't, for that reason, short it at 210. You have a plan and you stick to it. Trading is really as simple as having a plan that doesn't suck. Your plan has to be a good plan. But once you have that, you just got to stick to it. It's not the smartest people that make money trading stocks. It's the most disciplined. Same with investing. It's not the smartest people that make the most money investing. It's really the people that they don't care about, the economics of things. They just continually invest, and they buy their stocks like groceries, and they buy it when it's up, they buy it when it's down, and they don't try to get too fancy with it. Day trading is pretty much the same thing. So here we go, coming back to 220. I'm going to be rewarded for my patience, and this time I go ahead and put on some of the position. I'm leaving room in case it goes higher. And you'll see the stock starts to fall again. We start to fade off. But I'm not adding to my position lower. I'm still not acting out of fear. I'm assuming the stock is going to be a little bit difficult, right? And I'm up on the trade here, but that doesn't mean I just take the profit just because I'm up. I've got to let the trade play out. And I thought, you know, maybe we'll at least get a retest of those highs. Maybe we'll really start to exhaust and, you know, just continue to push higher before eventually ending lower. And I think that's exactly what happens here. So you can see in real time, this stuff, it happens pretty slowly. But here we go into this breakout attempt. The stock, in my opinion, is still downtrending, so I'm not afraid to short into this strength, right? You find a stock that's downtrending, you short strong bounces and weak stocks. That's what I do. Short strong bounces and weak stocks. And if the bounce, you know, goes too high and now all of a sudden it's not downtrending, you take your loss. That's it. And you don't fight it or get mad about it or whatever. You risk what you're comfortable risking and then move on. But you can see the volume start to really pick up, which is normally indicative of some sort of reversal, right? Typically, you know, either bottoms or tops happen on higher volume. You'll get that big exchange of shares where early shorts are stopping out, late longs are chasing price higher, and that is what typically makes a stock quote unquote heavy. That's what makes a stock go down, is everybody's long, right? Because if everybody's long a stock and nobody's short, then there's really nobody to buy. Everybody's a seller. If you have a lot of, that's why I don't understand why people hate short sellers. People that go long hate shorts, because the way that stocks go crazy is you have too many shorts in there. And to close your short position, you have to buy the stock, which makes the stock go higher. And anytime the stock pulls back, shorts are covering their position. Shorts are actually a natural buyer of stocks. But if you have a stock that exhausts all those shorts out, and now it has no shorts in it and only longs, well, now nobody's left to buy. Everybody's already long. So that's when stocks go down, because everybody's a seller. So I'm shorting into that exhaustion move, that exchange of shares. And then I think we eventually just kind of top from there. It was a pretty straightforward trade. You know, kind of had this 210 level of support. I was waiting for some sort of flush. I'm waiting for the longs that chased at 230 to puke out their position at 2 or 190s or wherever it wants to fall to. So at this point, I'm simply just staying patient. This is probably over the course of like 15, 20 minutes. The stock finally flushes and I cover most of the position there. I don't know if I go ahead and cover the rest of it. Looks like I have half the position left, and yeah, that was it. So pretty simple on the surface, but like, you know, there's a lot of thought that goes into why I'm entering where I am, why I'm covering where I am, but it's pretty simple of finding a downtrending chart and shorting strength, shorting a bounce into it. So that was ACON. It looks like that was an $823 trade in the course of, you know, 10 minutes or something like that. So you get 1 or 2 of those a day, and that's a pretty good living. They don't always work, but when they do, they're pretty nice. So ACON, that was the trade. Thank you all so much for tuning into the video. Let me know in the comments what you thought about it below, and I will catch you right back here next time. If you did enjoy the video, be sure to leave a like. If you didn't, just refresh it and give it one more chance. And as always, guys, I don't really have a